Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Acrisure Stadium, home of the Pitt Panthers. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Pitt Panthers offense is on the field for the first time today. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are 2 of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Oh, what a move to get room. Hits the afterburners. And he ran away from the ground, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Coming out with it, it's Lewis. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. So Clemson's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited.
Breaks into the open. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learned it.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he's going to try to return this one. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. And the Panthers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
completion. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Gives it on the option. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Southern Miss put together a very impressive showing in one of the more complete victories we've seen from the Eagles in some time. Heck of a showing by the boys from Hattiesburg. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The wheel
makes the grab past the marker. At midfield, he's got room. They've got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the running back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got him downfield. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Clemson set up with another 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. The extra point here would tie the game.
1st and goal. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. Can you stop it? And you can't. Pound the football straight ahead. Get in for 6. Nice job by the big fella.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. He'll take the deep shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. They'll run it from the gun. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Pitt will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk-aversive, but it is good field position. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Give to the running back. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Quick pass on the fly motion. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Takes the easy one to the back. There he goes. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Clemson trying to put its paws on a productive red zone trip. Little touch pass to the receiver. He rumbles and rolls all the way to the 4-yard line before he steps out of bounds. Clemson will come to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on third and... Into the end zone he goes! Touchdown, Clemson! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy.
Oh, he's got some space. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Gets it to him on the screen. And they get him down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Pacheco. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give to the tailback. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Using his legs, it's Miles.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Turning on the Jets. He's at the 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. The Tigers just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Gets it out quickly. Breaks into the open. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Takes the easy completion. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Here's a heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Punt is in the air. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Got the first down, looking for more. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Might as well give it to him again. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Good timing on the quick out. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down and 2nd and 3. quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Clemson jumps to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. It's Lewis. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Scrambling away. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand.
Yeah, and it's money time. It's third and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Off play action on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Dowdell. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks. The Panthers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll give it to the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Got it behind the line. It's Pacheco. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. They'll go back to work on offense. The give to the back. Turning it on. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. From the gun, the running back has it. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on first down from the 28. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Spins away from the defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Touchdown, Clemson! And the beatdown has ensued.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Going to swing it on second down. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. What a day it's been on the ground for these 2 guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Throws to the back. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes the catch around the 50. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. There he goes. Got the 1st down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Clemson now operating in the red zone. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Clemson. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Dowdell. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to keep it in the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. And the Panthers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Takes it from the gun on third down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he gets the first down, but, man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the big fella. Oh, it's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And here comes the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. It is good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UMass is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sam the Minuteman isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Indiana. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. They're working that left side. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big...
Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Here's the give off the left side. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit